For the first time in 7 months, college basketball is back at Xfinity Center, and nothing looks the same here in College Park. Welcome to Big Ten basketball, brought to you by Big Ten Plus. Welcome back. We have the Maryland Terrapins facing off against the UMBC Retrievers in some exhibition action to open up the season with November rolling around soon. I'm Benji Kaufman alongside my partner Ryan Martin. And Ryan, nothing looks the same here in College Park, and that starts with the man at the helm, Buzz Williams. Enter
Buzz Williams out of Texas A&M, Benji. You're exactly right. After spending 5 years at Texas A&M, over 200 days ago, he was announced as head coach at Maryland, and you got 15 new players, a new athletic director in Jim Smith. So much has changed with Maryland. It starts with Buzz Williams, who, again, has been in the SEC with Texas A&M, some time in the ACC with Virginia Tech before that. Now it's a Big Ten challenge that Williams takes on with Maryland.
He's taken each of those teams to the tournament, has won a game in the Big One as well. And now turning things over to UMBC, Jim Ferry in his 5th year with the Retrievers, but also had some Big Ten experience as well.
Yeah, he was an interim head coach of Penn State back in 2021, has been with UMBC since then, and trying to now make that next step with the Retrievers.
Coming up next, Maryland, UMBC from the Xfinity Center on Big Ten Plus. Welcome back to College Park, where we have some exhibition action between Maryland and UMBC. Let's now take a look at the starting lineups, starting with Maryland being led by Buzz Williams. And while everyone here is different, coming from all over the country, even the starting lineup looks a little different from what we'll see this season. Guys getting ready. Now let's take a look at Maryland.
Yeah, you look at this, Benji, too. A couple of injuries for the Terps early in this preseason. That paves the way for 2 true freshmen to get into the starting lineup. Darius Adams, the 5-star recruit, and Guillermo Del Pina, courtesy of Cordoba, Spain, into that starting lineup with Elijah Saunders, Pharrell Payne, and Andre Mills. Mills and Payne following over Williams from Texas A&M.
And Josh Odinungwo from UMBC leading things off for the Retrievers, and something that's being swept under the radar. Darius Adams, one of the top recruits in Maryland basketball history. But here we go. The 2025 season is underway, and Pharrell Payne wins the tip to Saunders, and Del Pino will take it up the court. This team wants to play fast under Buzz. Andre Mills starting things off at the wing. Pharrell Payne looking inside for Saunders. He'll swing it away to Adams. Adams swinging it back to Mills, catches a screen from Payne. Lots of contact from UMBC. Payne working inside on Undinungwo. Back to the basket player, and he lays it in. For the first points of the exhibition game belongs to Pharrell Payne. UMBC working it up against the pressure. Undinungwo denied by Payne. Doing it on both ends. Just over 30 seconds into this one.
Yeah, welcome to College Park, Pharrell Payne. That's what he's did for Texas A&M last season. You take a look, first getting the points from behind the basket, the first 2, and then blocks where he was 3rd on Texas A&M in that category last season.
Also did it for Minnesota 2 years before that. Armstrong working on Saunders, driving inside, left hand double clutch layup. Can't get the roll, Mills fighting for the rebound. Ball goes out of bounds in favor of the Terps. Physical on both ends of the court between both teams. Just denied by Pharrell Payne. A great block from number 21, and it's Mills taking it up the court. Working on Caden Diggs, swinging it to Adams. Inside for Saunders, the transfer from Virginia. Couldn't get the lay, and Diggs pulls down the rebound, and here come the Retrievers. Jalakai King driving inside on Pino, no good. Adams with the rebound. Maryland trying to play fast, working it the other way. And they'll settle it down inside to Pharrell Payne, and a foul by the freshman, Riley Jacobs.
Yeah, that's the kind of player that Buzz Williams has made Pharrell Payne last season at Texas A&M, a back-to-the-basket player who I think could really benefit from having a facilitator like Darius Adams. You see right there, the freshman Jacobs, just no match for the experience of Payne, and draws the foul.
Bully ball player Pharrell Payne describes himself, and also a leader for this team, having played under Buzz coming into College Park. Mills will try to settle things down inside to Payne. Draws a lot of contact, gets his own rebound, and another foul on UMBC. Pharrell Payne asserting dominance early in the paint.
That's the first unofficial offensive rebound that we see for Maryland this season, which is Buzz Williams' bread and butter. Texas A&M led the country in that category the last 2 seasons because of players like Pharrell Payne. You miss your own shot, you're right there in front of the basket for the board as he does it again.
And he lays it in off another offensive rebound. 4 early points for Pharrell Payne. No one's stopping him right now. Riley Jacobs will take it the other way. Swinging it to Jalakai King, working on Del Pino. Back to the freshman, swinging it to Diggs. Diggs driving inside, jump stop is no good. Mills with the rebound again. Mills working it the other way to Darius Adams. Thought about the 3, driving inside, and he'll take it back out to Payne. Payne getting a touch on every possession. Mills to Payne, the A&M connection. He'll take the long 3, and it's short. Yearly grabbed his own rebound, ball goes out of bounds, and it goes to the Retrievers. Alex Alston checking in for Maryland. Another freshman from Chicago with Andre Mills coming out.
Yeah, Alston, the top-ranked prospect in this class out of Illinois, and they're so easy to let this freshman class go under the radar with 15 new players overall. But now you see maybe the 3 most talented freshmen for Maryland in Del Pino, Adams, and Alston, who just checked in.
Getting early action together are those 3 freshmen you mentioned. Here's Odinungwo working on one of those freshmen. Another back-to-the-basket player, swinging it to Diggs. He'll take a 3. Might have been tipped, that is short. Darius Adams pulls it down, and we'll take it the other way. Darius Adams coast to coast inside, a lot of contact, foul. And he'll go to the line to shoot his first free throws of the season.
And that's what can make Adams so special too, right? Coming out of New Jersey, he's got that length to be coast to coast. A guard who's at 6'5", 175, he pulls down a rebound. He still has the speed to get to the other baseline just as he draws there for the free throw shots.
Adams hits his first free throw. Adams with 3 older sisters who all played ball, and he was coached by his dad. He has grown up with basketball. And at 6'5", 175, he's looking to get a little bigger on the season. And he hits another one.
Yeah, and not only have his siblings played in the Big Ten, his older sister Destiny was an All Big Ten selection at Rutgers the last 2 seasons.
Early turnover from UMBC as Jalakai King just throws it away on the miscommunication. When we talked to Jim Ferry, he said he wants to limit turnovers, something that they did well a year ago. But there's an early turnover for the Retrievers. And Maryland looking to take advantage.
I think that's a prime example of an exhibition game turnover of still late October getting figured out with your teammates.
Looking to get those jitters out are both of these teams. Alston swinging it to Saunders at the top of the key. Looking inside for Pharrell Payne, and he lays it in easily, working on the freshman Riley Jacobs. And it's 8-0 Maryland.
Yeah, that's just what Payne wants to do. Has 4 inches on the freshman in Jacobs and used it with his back again.
Diggs working on Del Pino. He'll swing out to Armstrong. He is a shooter. There he goes for another 3. First one of the night. And the first points for the Retrievers. Nice shot from Armstrong. DJ Armstrong, son of NBA veteran Darryl Armstrong. Here's Darius Adams working on King. And Payne gets it at the top of the key, looking for Saunders inside. Payne, nice swing pass to Alston, who thought about the 3. Back inside to Payne, working on Jacobs once again. Loses the ball. UMBC is in control of it. Going down the other way. Armstrong will take it up. On the right side, swinging it to Diggs.
This is the offense that Ferry wants to play. A 4 out, 1 in, and then you attack the baseline.
Diggs going down that baseline. Stripped by Del Pino. Crafty play from number 18. He's driving inside. Blocked by Armstrong. Great play from Guillermo Del Pino. The confidence as a freshman, taking it coast to coast. A block here from Armstrong.
Yeah, just a great block by Armstrong, using all that 6'4" frame to reach up and blocked the shot out of Del Pino, who I think could be one of the most interesting players for Maryland this season. Again, the lone international player for the Terps coming over from Spain.
And he'll check out with George Turkson coming in, another A&M guy. Elijah Saunders checking out as well. Just over 4 minutes through action here. Maryland up 5. Mills inbounding it from the sideline to Turkson. Out to Payne. Three A&M guys getting action together early. Darius Adams driving inside. And the foul! Nice take from number 1, the freshman. He's been looking for that crease to drive, and he finally finds one. And he'll have more free throws on the way. Maryland up 10-3 at the under 16 timeout. Nice drive from the freshman. You're watching Maryland basketball on Big Ten Plus. Maryland leads 10-3 after the first timeout here in College Park. But if we take a look at where everybody has come from here on this new Maryland team, they have come from all over the country.
Yeah, what a cool graphic to show the 10 transfers and 6 schools overall being represented. Of course, the 4 that come over with Buzz Williams from Texas A&M, and then you have the 5 freshmen too. We've already seen Adams, Del Pino, and Olsen into this game. It's going to be a really interesting bunch for Buzz Williams this season.
And Adams asserting himself early in this one, has 4 early points. He will shoot a free throw once we return back to action. And only 2 guys have scored for Maryland. Pharrell Payne with 6, Adams with 4.
What's most impressive too about that stat line that you see, the 6 points for Pharrell Payne, that's on 3 of 5 shooting. Both of those missed field goals. He grabbed his own offensive rebound. That's something to watch for Maryland, not only now, but into Big Ten play and for the whole season.
6'9", 250 pounds of Pharrell Payne, dominating early against the Retrievers. And here's the freshman, Darius Adams, from Manchester, New Jersey. Looking to hit another free throw. And he does. 11-3 Maryland. And UMBC will come down the other way. Maryland in a 3/4 court press. Armstrong working on Adams, swinging it to King. Back to Armstrong, working it to Diggs. Diggs guarded by Saunders. By Roberto Tanchin, now to King. Here's the 3 from Diggs in the corner, and he's got it. 2 threes for UMBC early, keeping pace with the Terrapins.
Yeah, a couple times now, Retriever just alone on the outside. That time, Diggs doesn't make a mistake with it for his first 3 points.
Adams looking to drive there, and he'll swing it to Turkson. Inside to Payne, bad pass off the backboard. It works out anyway. Missed the layup. Mills going inside, slashing off the backboard, and it's good. Jim Ferry frustrated with his UMBC Retrievers team, allowing another offensive rebound. Aggressive play from number 7, Andre Mills.
Yeah, it was just great work in the improvisation. First, Saunders getting it off the backboard, and then with a loose ball, Mills finds his way here. It's never going to be perfect right on the basketball court, but never not knowing what to do when the ball comes your way. Great play there by the redshirt freshman in Mills.
There were a lot of retrievers in the vicinity of that ball, but Andre Mills came slashing in. Aggressive player from A&M, 6'4", 205. That was just a great play, and that's what really frustrated Jim Ferry, is he wants those, not to make those little mistakes against the Terps, because the margin of error is so slim when you are playing against a Power 4 team. Just about 5 minutes through the first half, Maryland leads 13-6. And UMBC will take it from under their own basket. Darius Adams at the front of that 1-2-2 press. He's been driving a lot early.
This is a bigger lineup for Buzz Williams when you put Adams at the point guard position, have Mills as the shooting guard, and three guys over 6'5" there with Turkson Jr., Olsen, and Saunders.
And Olsen guarding inside. This is Paul Green with a nifty layup. It's good. Nice play from Paul Green, who Jim Ferry called one of the best 50-50 players he's ever seen. And on that previous play, Paul Green would have been useful to grab that ball. Adams working on the wing. Turkson trying to find a seal inside, but the team will reset. Bad pass, and here's Caden Diggs on the steal. Going to the corner, driving inside. Paul Green, layup, foul. George Turkson credited with the foul, and Paul Green will shoot free throws for UMBC.
Defense into offense for Caden Diggs, a sophomore out of Waldorf, Maryland. Again, still figuring things out in passing lanes and when to thread the needle on some passes. That one just a bad pass that Diggs takes the other way.
Paul Green hits the first free throw. Spent 2 years at Southern New Hampshire University, which is a D2 school, and Jim Ferry said he knows which D2 schools to find talent. A few of these guys are from D2 universities. Paul Green from Freeport in the Bahamas. Hearing the noise of the Maryland student section as they are cutting into this early deficit. Hitting the second one. Saunders to Mills, and Caden Diggs will pick him up in front of half court. Being guarded by Diggs at the top of the key. A lot of contact between Payne and Tanchin. He gets the ball inside, and a foul. Jose Roberto Tanchin for UMBC called for the foul. It's almost impossible to guard Pharrell Payne right now. He's doing everything, asserting his physicality.
Yeah, I like the change, though, from Jim Ferry to put on a bigger guy in Jose Roberto Tanchin at 6'10", actually out of the same city in Spain as Guillermo Del Pina in Cordoba, Spain. And he's got that bit of the size to match up against Pharrell Payne.
Already 5 fouls for UMBC. Just 2 more till the bonus. Payne working inside on Tanchin. Nice spinning move inside. Left hand is no good. Saunders with another offensive rebound. This ball stripped by Paul Green, and a jump ball will go in favor of the Retrievers. Maryland had the offensive rebound off this nice spin move from Payne. Saunders had it, couldn't find an angle, and Paul Green with a great nifty steal as the ball goes the other way.
Interested to see where they play Saunders, a guy who showed he could shoot the ball a little bit when he was at UVA last season. Career-high three-point percentage, but when he's on the block like that, makes it so easy for an offensive board.
Armstrong picked up by Adams. Armstrong, a solid shooter. Guillermo Del Pino pick him up off the screen. Jao-Kai King driving inside, no good. Contact under the basket, and it goes to Maryland. Mills will take it the other way. Keeping pace for Maryland. Lefty layup inside is good. Nice play from Andre Mills, as these Terps are finding any way to sneak off a layup. Armstrong working the other way. Swinging it to Dalen Dickerson. Press defense from Maryland. Paul Green finding an angle inside. Left hand no good. Tanchin with the rebound over Mills. DJ Armstrong saves it, swings it to King. 5 seconds on the ticker. Long three is good. Nice shot from Jao-Kai King. He's a speedy guard that can do it all, and there he is stretching the floor.
Yeah, I mentioned already that D2 transfer from New Haven. King able to just step into it and has the room in front of Mills for the three.
Pino looking for Saunders inside. Instead he'll find Payne. Nice play to Saunders. Ball's a little too high. That's why you have these exhibition games to work out those nuances, because that high post to low post feed is going to be a feature of this Maryland offense.
But it's interesting when you look over at Maryland's bench, Benji. Again, 15 new players, a new head coach in Buzz Williams. After that turnover from Pharrell Payne, it's Buzz Williams just clapping his hands saying on to the next possession, understanding that these little things will happen, especially in an exhibition game.
Cougar Downing checking in for UMBC. Tanchin finding Dickerson inside. Swing pass to King. Thought about the three. He'll take it anyway. Couldn't hit another one. Players fighting for the rebound, and Adams comes away with it. A lot of boards early for the freshman. Working on Downing. Swinging it to Saunders. Thought about it. Swinging it to Mills. Going inside to Payne. Bully ball stripped by Paul Green, but a foul. Says he got all ball, but the refs say otherwise. And Pharrell Payne will shoot two.
Yeah, that's what Pharrell Payne wants to do. You mentioned the bully ball style he's looking to play with his back to the basket, and that's something that he's grown comfortable with in the Big Ten at Minnesota, with Buzz Williams at Texas A&M. About that strength, too, to try to still get the layup attempt off when the foul comes.
Payne hits the first one. Averaged 10 points a game at Texas A&M a year ago, to go along with 5 rebounds, a block, and had 2 double-doubles on the year. Pharrell Payne, a leader on this team, one of the 4 guys coming with Buzz. Short arm that one, but gets the lucky roll. Pharrell Payne shaking off his left wrist. Might have jammed it on one of those rebound attempts. UMBC coming down the other way. Cougar Downing working on Mills. Swinging it to Dickerson. Being guarded with a lot of pressure from Saunders toward the Maryland bench. Dickerson finding an angle to drive inside. And a nice, nifty layup from number 5, Dalen Dickerson. The junior from Kaufman, Texas.
Yeah, he's a guy, one of the few returners for UMBC, who saw some time off the bench. If he can get a couple more of those shots like that, could give more of a role in Ferry's offense.
Coach Jim Ferry said he had a very productive summer. Pharrell Payne working inside, another foul on Tanchin. This one goes on the floor. And nothing UMBC can do to stop Pharrell Payne right now, as Maryland leads 17-15 through over 8 minutes here at Xfinity Center. You're watching Maryland basketball on Big Ten Plus. Maryland leads by 2 through 8 minutes of action at the Xfinity Center. Now UMBC making the trip out here to College Park. Didn't have a great year a year ago, going 13-19, 5-11 in conference play, losing 5 of those last 6 games as well.
Yeah, it's the Terps' neighbor to the north up in Catonsville, Maryland. A UMBC team that did struggle, right? Finished second to last in the America East last season, but they have those new faces that you brought up. 7 of those 9 newcomers or transfers, yet on the 2 freshmen we've already seen today. It's going to be an interesting year for Jim Ferry to see what he can do already with those 5 years of experience.
Jim Ferry said the team last year was dynamic on offense, but they just could not rebound. We're starting to see hints of that early here against Pharrell Payne in Maryland.
So then what is his introduction to this season? Well, how about the coach who had the best rebounding team each of the last 2 years? It was funny hearing Ferry laugh about that when we were talking to him, but that's the beauty of this exhibition game for a UMBC team that will not play a Power 4 opponent in the regular season. You get one in a game that doesn't matter.
Great practice for the Retrievers here. Pharrell Payne with an early 8 points. Shooting free throws for a chance to get double digits already. Can't hit the first end of the 1-on-1. Mills with another rebound. Left-hand layup is good. Jim Ferry looks on frustrated as another offensive rebound goes to the hands of Maryland. Another steal from Andre Mills. 2-on-1 opportunity. Here's Adams laying inside. It's no good, but Payne with the putback. Yet again, another offensive rebound for Maryland.
How about being ready for the unorthodox? Whether it's a loose ball, an offensive rebound, Maryland already looks so comfortable in the uncomfortable.
Making those scrappy plays early. And here's Pharrell Payne guarding Dickerson on the left side. Dickerson being bodied. Payne lost his shoe on the end of it, and Dickerson lays it in. Referees call a whistle as Pharrell Payne lost his right shoe when Dickerson stood him up.
Take another look at Mills to Adams, ready for that layup, but then Payne comes back into the picture. Again, he's been doing that all day long. 3 rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds, and some nice cotton candy colored sneakers, I guess he wanted to show off.
Was 3rd on the team in scoring a year ago for A&M. He's looking like he's going to lead the team in scoring. He already has 10 of the team's 21. Andre Mills will settle things down for the Terps. Payne off-ball screen for Adams. The ball goes to Del Pino. Inside to Payne. Inside to Saunders. Might have traveled there. Too many steps for number 13. Ball goes the other way.
They're going to take Pharrell Payne out of this game. I think there might have been an issue with those shoes that he was wearing. As Buzz Williams was staring him down as he went back to the offensive side, and they put in George Turkson Jr. for him.
Payne will catch a break as UMBC comes down the other way. Here's Devin Caesar swinging it to Cougar Downing from the corner. Couldn't hit it. And Mills comes up with another rebound. Andre Mills swing pass to Darius Adams. A 3 from the right side. No. Mills with another offensive rebound. Ball's deflected. Go to Del Pino. And Maryland will reset. Adams swinging it to Turkson. Back to Adams. Going inside. Left-hand layup. No good. A lot of contact. Turkson with an offensive rebound. And Turkson with a putback layup. UMBC coming down. Dickerson in the corner, swinging it to Paul Green. Thought about the mid-range J. Bodies Andre Mills. A blocking foul. It goes. And 1 for Paul Green. It's been a lot of contact on both ends. And another example there. But UMBC comes away on the other end of it. Here's Adams' layup that goes to Turkson.
How about this, though, Benji? Again, the offensive rebounding for Maryland has been so pure. Maryland has 9 offensive rebounds to UMBC's 2 defensive rebounds. That's an unfathomable stat to see be so consistent.
We can't be surprised. That is what bread and butter of Buzz. He's brought that to College Park. Paul Green hits the free throw. It goes back to a 3-point game, nearly halfway through the first half. Ferry telling his guys to box out as Maryland is dominating the glass. Mills being guarded by Dickerson. Swinging it to Adams. Looking to drive. Turkson and Saunders posting up. Adams nearly losing his balance, keeps it. Gets a screen from Saunders. He'll swing it to him. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Saunders swinging it out to Darius Adams. Driving inside towards the middle. Right hand crafty layup is no good. And here's Devin Caesar coming down for UMBC. DJ Armstrong to a Denungwo, but a foul by Andre Mills. Will be his second. Team's 3rd.
Yeah, just 2 in the face right there. Tried to let him by him and pass him off to a teammate defending.
And in comes Colin Metcalf for Maryland. Another one of those freshmen. And he's made the journey. He was in Germany for elementary school, South Korea for middle and high school, and then back in Germany for high school, and now here he is in College Park. An Army family. Here's Devin Caesar. UMBC swinging it to the freshman Jacobs. Dickerson working inside on Metcalf. Nice pass to Odinungwo. Looking inside. Baby hook's no good. Turkson with the rebound. Buzz nearly running in front of Darius Adams. Little smile from the ref. Darius Adams directing traffic. Couldn't find the swing to Del Pino. He'll swing it to Alston. To Metcalf. 4 out, 1 in for Maryland. Darius Adams, the 3 from the top of the key is short. 2 guys fighting for it, and UMBC comes away with it. Riley Jacobs swinging it to Armstrong, to Odinungwo, to Dickerson, who thought about the 3, driving inside. Layup is no good. Rebound from Jacobs, no good either. UMBC, a lot of contact. Ball's going the other way. Foul on Dickerson.
Yeah, Alston has flexibility to play as a guard forward hybrid, but he's also 6'10", so when someone comes into the paint like that, there's an offensive rebound chance and then gets the defensive board. That height pairing of Alston and Metcalf, 2 guys maybe expected to be off the bench this year for Buzz Williams, could bring a lot of size in what might be an undersized starting 5.
6'9" and 6'10" respectively. And Alston will shoot free throws for the first time. The lefty hits the front end of the 1-and-1 with bodies hitting the floor. Is Maryland now going up 4. Buzz telling Darius Adams to settle down on offense. Alston, the freshman from Chicago, a 4-star prospect. He was the #1 player in the state of Illinois. Couldn't hit the second one, and Dickerson comes away. Swinging it to Armstrong, to Jalakai King. Back to Dickerson, 6'10", working on 6'10", driving inside. There have been a lot of steps, but a foul, and he'll shoot free throws on the other end. Darius Adams credited with the foul. Just a lot of contact on that ball going up.
And just a good downhill drive as well by Dalen Dickerson. It can be tough to try to get to the rim with taller defenders on you, but the junior Dickerson, again, you mentioned it, poised for a bigger role after a big summer. He does just that.
And he hits the first one. McDonald's All-American nominee in high school. One of those few returners from UMBC a year ago, played 22 games, only averaged 8 minutes though. Here he is looking for more action. Can't hit the second one. Turkson with a nice rebound. And Darius Adams at 6'5", acting as the point guard this evening. Alston inside to Saunders, deflected by Jacobs. Ball will stay here. Caden Diggs coming in for Dalen Dickerson. Saunders to inbound from the sideline. Maryland setting up its sideline out of bounds. Up 3. Feeds it inside to Turkson. Gets it back to Darius Adams, guarded by King. Double team, swings it to Alston. Inside to Turkson. Loses it, going on the way up. Too many steps for number 11. Another turnover for Maryland.
And that category is slowly adding up for the Terps. That's now 6 turnovers, doubling UMBC's 3. Of course, Maryland's had a few more possessions created after forcing a UMBC missed shot. But something to watch and something to clean up, as I'm sure Buzz Williams is taking some notes here for how he can improve still in the preseason.
UMBC has yet to lead this evening over the Terps. Odinungwo swinging it to King, working on Adams. Finds a crease inside. Nice layup, no good. Body's hitting the floor. It looks like the ball will go the other way.
Jalakai King for UMBC and Alex Austin. It just came down awkwardly, and now a quick steal.
Quick steal by DJ Armstrong, working it to Diggs. Being approached by 2 Terps. Swing it back out, looking to drive inside. Back to Diggs. Working on Alston, right hand baby hook, no good. And with Pharrell Payne in there, it's more physicality. Checking in, already setting the tone. And we have reached the under 8 timeout. Maryland leads 24-21. You're watching the Terps on Big Ten Plus.
Maryland men's basketball single game tickets are on sale now. And the Terps don't want you to miss the next unforgettable moment at Xfinity Center. The Terps' home season starts with the iconic Gold Rush against the Georgetown Hoyas on Friday, November 7th at 6 p.m. The first 1,000 fans will receive the official Gold Rush t-shirt. Get your tickets today by visiting umturks.com/MBB tickets.
This game is being produced by students at the University of Maryland as part of the Big Ten Network Student U program. An on-campus experience that is unique to the Big Ten. Student U is part of an educational mission to teach the next generation of sports production professionals. For more information, visit big10network.com/studentu. And 8 Terps have already seen action for Maryland. So we're seeing a lot of fresh bodies hit the floor tonight.
Yeah, Benji, it's so much fun for us as Terps to be producing and be in the action with Big Ten Plus Student U. And you mentioned the 8 Terps who have seen action for Maryland men's basketball. That was the expectation for Buzz Williams coming into this exhibition game. It was noted he'd play 8 players, leaving 3 healthy players to not see the court just yet. So we'll see if he keeps that model up, maybe gives some court time to those 3 other players. But overall, you gotta like what you've seen so far through these 8 guys. A lot of versatility, I think scrappiness too with those offensive rebounds. Maryland already up to 9.
And both teams hitting a little bit of a slump. Maryland has yet to make a field goal in the last 2.5 minutes, with UMBC only making 1 of its last 7. Chalakai King working on Payne. Hard to get past him, trying to drive inside, and a foul by number 21. Pharrell Payne with his first foul of the night, and the team's 6th foul. And UMBC will inbound from the same spot. Pharrell Payne, we said he spent 2 years at Minnesota, 1 year at Texas A&M. Now making his way here. Refs looking to clean. Wet spot, it's Riley Jacobs wiping the floor. So we've seen a lot of bodies hit the deck on these physical rebound attempts.
How about you have your UMBC freshman saying, I can do it all, coach, whatever you need. And Jacobs picks up the Gatorade towel.
Chalakai King to inbound. Both teams ready to get back to action with Maryland up 3 in the first half. There's Adams guarding Riley Jacobs, trying to drive inside. He meets a wall on Pharrell Payne, swinging it back out to the corner. Here's Diggs. Thought about the 3, driving inside to Odunungwo. Pump fake, nice block from Payne, and it goes the other way to Del Pino. Swing it to Saunders. Corner for Alston, inside to Payne. Nice deflection from Diggs, but it goes back to Payne. Another nice hand from Odunungwo, and it's going to take plays like that from UMBC to shut down Pharrell Payne inside. Caden Diggs to Chalakai King. Maryland switches on defense. Chalakai King finds a crease, and a nice layup for Chalakai King. 1-point game. Andre Mills getting ready to check back in for Maryland. Adams swinging it to Alston. Alston to Saunders. The 3 from the top of the key is in and out. And King comes away with the rebound, and UMBC has a chance to take its first lead of the night. King going inside. Taking a few too many steps, but Odunungwo comes away with the offensive rebound. Caden Diggs swinging it to Jacobs. Armstrong finds Chalakai King in the corner. Screen from Odunungwo. And DJ Armstrong carried, ball's going the other way.
Offensive rebounding starting to get really impressive, though, too, for UMBC, who has 3 quick offensive rebounds now. Maryland's still leading that category 9-5, but that's second chance opportunities that we've seen Maryland earn through the first part of this first half, and now it's UMBC taking that recipe and using it itself.
And in checks Paul Green, one of the team's best rebounders, had 20 rebounds in a game a year ago. Now he's brought him over to UMBC. Off-ball movement from Maryland. Payne to Mills. A&M pick and roll action. Mills takes 2 steps. Couldn't find the roll. Team's fighting for it once again, and Paul Green comes away with it. Checking in, already coming away with a big rebound. Green working on Adams. 6 minutes to go in the first half. Riley Jacobs working on Payne. Stepped out of bounds. Nice defense from Maryland. Ball's going the other way.
Yeah, Jacobs 5 inches taller than Guillermo Del Pino, who is on him, but that's just the really good adjustment by Pharrell Payne to set himself up on the left block, and Payne has really been a helper defensively so far.
Mills looking for Payne. The low post, ball's deflected, it goes right back to him. Payne nearly falls, nice crossover, right hand is good. Nifty move from Pharrell Payne. 12 points.
That's a part of Payne's game. He was saying this offseason he wanted to work on comfortability with the basketball, willing to dribble and be more versatile than the back-to-the-basket player that we've already seen him be.
A lot of skill from the senior. Diggs working it to Armstrong. Payne, a nice contest on Armstrong, forces it to Green inside. A lot of contact from Andre Mills and a foul. And UMBC will shoot free throws. Andre Mills went up for that aggressive block attempt.
Yeah, I like the switching again, especially Payne. You don't want him to be by the arc as he jumps right there. Mills cleans it up. That is his 3rd foul, though, of this first half.
Mills has been a key player in this first half for Maryland, but it looks like he'll come right back out. Paul Green short arms the first free throw. Paul Green had 20 double-doubles a year ago for Southern New Hampshire University, a D2 school. Jim Ferry found him and brought him over here, and he's looking to do the same thing. Green hits the second. The lead for Maryland is down to 2. Adams being met by King. He'll swing it to Alston. He'll take the 3 from the wing. It's nothing but air. Payne inside, foul. Couldn't get the N1, and 2 Terps collide, and Payne might have hit his eye. Well, Payne seems to be okay as Darius Adams checks up on him. Payne certainly needs a minute.
Yeah, first game of game action between the freshman Darius Adams and Pharrell Payne, a guy who's already got 3 years of experience in college basketball. A little bit of blood now for Pharrell Payne, too, after that hit.
Payne just collides into the neck of Darius Adams. Inadvertent contact, and Payne will have to be looked at by one of the assistants. And teams will go to their benches as Payne is being checked on. I think Pharrell Payne is just saying, I'm fine, get me back out there.
He's a tough cookie from those harsh winters up in Minnesota. But yeah, just Darius Adams didn't know where Payne was falling from after that foul. And now for a Maryland team up by 2 points. It's forced UMBC into one of its just last 8 field goals. But a stoppage quick to fix that up before Payne shoots 2.
We saw Maryland dominate the rebounding early. I think UMBC has settled in a little bit and matched the physical pace of Maryland, keeping it close here. Payne seems to be all right and ready to shoot free throws once again. Turkson, Alston, Payne, Opino, and Adams on the floor for Maryland. Pharrell Payne will shoot his 4th and 5th free throws.
Still see the blood down his right cheek.
Misses the first free throw. Pharrell Payne is a 52% career free throw shooter coming into this season. Tonight he's 3 for 5 so far. And the ref forcing Pharrell Payne to check out.
He's one of the only two guys with Miles Rice, who comes over from Indiana, and Payne from previously at Minnesota. So those are two guys who have Big Ten experience. They use that one word, right? Physicality when describing the Big Ten. Maybe already some blood and having to be checked out to look at that. Payne's getting an early introduction of what that was like.
Being reminded of what it was like at Minnesota. Here's Armstrong on the 3, and it's good. One of the team's best shooters, if not the best, and he hits one and ties it up at 27.
And UMBC's been the better team from behind the arc, tying this game up as UMBC goes to 4 of 7 from 3, Maryland 0 from 5.
And we're trying to work it inside once again. Contact from Tanchin. And Saunders will shoot free throws. Nice play from DJ Armstrong on the wing.
In that left corner as well. Armstrong has it with space, doesn't hesitate. For again, a 5th three-point make for UMBC.
DJ Armstrong was at Odessa College in his first year of college basketball, and then Texas Permian Basin. Has now made his way to UMBC. Here's Elijah Saunders shooting free throws. Gets the lucky roll for his first points of the evening.
And Saunders is a really interesting guy. Again, started his career at San Diego State, where he had a Final Four appearance on that crazy run that the Aztecs made in 2023. He wasn't a huge contributor there, so he knows what being a backup piece is like on a Final Four team, then goes to be a main contributor in the ACC with Virginia. I think that kind of experience and depth makes him really approachable for the 14 other new guys he comes along to College Park with.
Coach Buzz calls him a tough-minded, tough competitor, and a high IQ player in person. Here's DJ Armstrong nearly going backcourt. Alston thought it went the other way. Here's King to Riley Jacobs, freshman on freshman. Driving inside is Riley Jacobs. Nice pass inside and thrown down by Paul Green. Getting his bench amped up. Nice play from Paul Green. He ties it back up.
At 29 after being tied at 27. That was our first tie since 0-0.
Turnover. Here's Paul Green again, looking to do it one more time. He slips. Ball stays in bounds. Dickerson to Jacobs. Paul Green seems to be hurt, grabbing his left ankle. Here's UMBC the other way. Play is stopped. As everybody looks on Paul Green, who hit the ground hard. He is in pain, grabbing that ankle. Paul Green. back in College Park, where Maryland finds itself tied with UMBC 29-29 here in exhibition play. And just taking a look at the shooting from both teams, UMBC dominating the three-point category.
Yeah, and that was an area where Buzz Williams at Texas A&M struggled with as well. You see, Maryland 0 for 5 today, and before he was coach at Maryland, back at Texas A&M, the Aggies were 15th out of 16 SEC teams in terms of SEC three-point field goal percentage. And that's anytime we talk about stats from last year at Texas A&M, has to be qualified, right? You only bring over 4 guys, 2 guys including one in Pharrell Payne, who played for Williams at A&M. But it tells you a little bit of the tendencies of Buzz Williams' offense. Clearly, three-point shooting is something that they need to work on, both not just because of the stats from last season, but missing the first 5 here at home at the Xfinity Center.
Having a nice start in the paint is Maryland, and if they can stretch the floor and hit some threes, this team can be dangerous. And Paul Green earlier did walk off on his own power with a smile. Number 10 for UMBC seems to be okay. CJ Armstrong catching the inbound. Under 4 minutes to go in the first half. Jalakai King working on Del Pino. Nice defense. Back to Armstrong. Nice defense from Darius Adams. Bodies hit the ground. And a jump ball is in favor of Maryland. Ball's going the other way. Similar shooting numbers from both teams. Fourth timeout. Maryland shooting 10 for 25. UMBC 10 for 27. Pino being picked up by Armstrong. Catches a light screen from Saunders. Pino, nice pass to Darius Adams. Had a quick thought about the three. Instead, he'll swing it to Saunders, looking for Payne. Nice seal from Odinungwo. Alston also thought about it. Darius Adams driving inside, pump fake, a lot of contact. Couldn't get the and one, but he will shoot more free throws. Darius Adams, 1 for 6 from the field, but getting to the line, he's 3 for 3 so far.
So he's getting those 5 points, and that's a veteran move by the freshman who still officially hasn't played a college basketball game yet, right? This is just an exhibition game against UMBC. But the patience and the confidence to stop on that right block, draw the foul, and then go up with it is impressive for Adams.
It's the first, and of course he decommitted from UConn, and then 10 days later, Buzz picked him up and brought him over to Maryland. It's something under the radar. These freshmen, we've talked about it, a lot going on with Maryland, a lot of new faces, but it's a pretty good freshman class for the Terps as he hits the second. 5 for 5 from the line is Darius Adams. Armstrong to Dickerson. Jacobs swinging it around. Caesar back to Armstrong. Odinungwo being met by Alston. Lots of contact both ways. Pulling the chair, Odinungwo fouled. Couldn't get the N1. Alston couldn't believe it. And free throws down the other way. Here's another look.
Yeah, Odinungwo goes up between the trees, between the 6'8 Saunders and 6'10 Alston. Sometimes you just gotta duck your head, get through with the right hand. And for Odinungwo, who could be just the best player under Ferry this season, gets a good trip to the line for the Laurel native.
This is the first. He had 56 starts at Columbia. Led the Ivy League in shooting with 61% from the field in 2023. He's a very solid defender. But Coach Ferry calls him a great leader and someone who can facilitate the offense and the defense. It's the second.
Lone retriever to make the American East preseason team. And when we talk to Ferry, one of the biggest things he pointed at with Odinungwo is that Ivy League degree that he got from Columbia, using it for his IQ.
Pharrell Payne, nice catch. And a layup inside is good. Pharrell Payne with 15 points in the first half. Odinungwo to Jacobs to Dickerson. Swinging it around the arc. Here's Armstrong at the top of the key. Dickerson thought about it. Mid-range J from the short corner is good. Nice high arcing shot from Dalen Dickerson. Cuts the lead down to 1. UMBC still has not led in this first half, but they've kept it close. Pharrell Payne trying to hit it out to Alston. Ball goes off of Odinungwo, and it'll stay with Maryland.
I think UMBC adapting to the way that Maryland plays. As Terps are going to take a timeout here. More coverage by Dickerson in this UMBC defense.
And Maryland will look to finish the half strong. Buzz meeting with the ref here. Just over 2 minutes to go in just a 1-point game. Not great shooting from the field is Maryland, but they are 11 of 14 from the free throw line. Lots of attacking in the paint.
That's what's been needed so far. Darius Adams 5 for 5. Saunders has made both of his. For Alpayne 3 of 5. And for a team that still shooting 42% with Maryland, a bit higher than UMBC's 39%. It's just about controlling turnovers. I think that's still the issue. Maryland 9 turnovers to UMBC 6. But those 9 turnovers for Maryland have only led to 4 UMBC points. Meanwhile, Maryland has 11 points off UMBC's 6 turnovers.
Something to add, Maryland with 11 field goals made, just 2 assists. They both belong to Elijah Saunders. Lots of individual drives from Maryland's offense, and it's worked. It's got them to the line.
And I think when you look at the names that Maryland's missing, right, Benji, where Miles Rice and Isaiah Watts, both inactive for this game, transfer over from Indiana and Washington State, respectively. They were actually teammates during Watts' freshman year there, too. Those are the real facilitators, the pass-first front court or backcourt options that Maryland might have. Missing both those guys, and it's led to only 2 assists thus far.
And that's led to Darius Adams playing the point here tonight, driving inside. Corner pass for Saunders is intercepted by Odunungwo. That is 10 turnovers for Maryland in the first half. Adams couldn't get the steal attempt. Here's Armstrong. Under 2 minutes to go. Here's Devin Caesar. Wide open 3 is no good. Pharrell Payne with the leaping rebound. And Maryland trying to work the pace the other way. Seen the Terps slow down as this game has gone on. Pharrell Payne at the top of the key. Swing pass to Del Pino. Catches a screen from Saunders. He slips. Top of the key. Nope. To Darius Adams. Making a man miss. And the 3 is good. Darius Adams hitting the first 3 of the night for Maryland. And the lead is up to 4.
That'd be a good feeling for the freshman. The Xfinity Center can get electric when 3s are made just like that.
It's the first one we saw tonight. UMBC looking to answer. Odunungwo inside. Right hand is good. Lead is cut in half to 2. Armstrong with 6 points. Darius Adams to Saunders. Austin now under a minute to go in the first half. Saunders working on Dickerson, a lot of contact. Charge, ball's going the other way. Saunders, that's his first foul. Nice pump fake from Darius Adams and hitting nothing but the bottom of the net. He's the freshman, but now looking at Saunders, there was a lot of contact. Dickerson went flying, ball goes the other way.
Yeah, Dickerson felt the first bump from Saunders' left shoulder, then knows he can set his feet, draw the first charge of this game, and that's exactly what he does.
Devin Caesar, nice deflection from Adams. Ball will stay here. Darius Adams has played nearly every minute of this first half. He had to take a break.
I think you bring up a good point with no Isaiah Watts, no Miles Rice. This is an audition for the freshman Darius Adams to try to say that he needs maybe starter consideration or at least time as that 6th, 7th man off the bench. And he brings that height and versatility at 6'5".
Armstrong fadeaway shot is short. Turkson with the rebound. 5-6 second difference between shot clock and game clock. We'll see if they want to hold it. Buzz telling him to hold for one last shot. Darius Adams at half court being picked up by Devin Caesar. Darius Adams at the top of the key catching a screen from Pharrell Payne. Doesn't use it. Floater from the free throw line. Couldn't get the roll. Payne trying to fight for the rebound, and UMBC comes away with it. 5 seconds to go in the first half. Devin Caesar working on Adams. Pump fakes, mid-range shot. It's blocked from behind by Del Pino. Jacobs over the top of the backboard is no good. Maryland will sneak into the first half with a 2-point lead, as both teams have met each other's physical levels. And Maryland will go into the half up 2. Darius Adams leading the way for the Terps. Pharrell Payne leading with 15 points. Andre Mills with 5 boards. To go along with Pharrell Payne, the A&M guys leading the charge for the Terps. As we will return with second half action on Big Ten Plus. You're watching Maryland basketball.
like, so is it ever good? And they over there cussing. You going to? It's really good. Hey, I haven't seen this guy. Basketball.
Welcome back to College Park as we return for second half action. And it's been all Pharrell Payne in the first half for the Terps.
15 points, 5 rebounds, and for Payne, 4 of those have been offensive rebounds too. So when you talk about understanding physicality and establishing a culture, I think Pharrell Payne, who came over with Buzz Williams from Texas A&M, is going to do that, and he's shown so far through 20 minutes.
Asserting himself early, and if we go to the three-point shooting, Maryland's only made 1, but UMBC is knocking them down 4 for 8 in the first half.
Been the Retrievers' bread and butter so far. Those 4 made threes. That's 12 of their 34 points already. So relying on that three-point shot, but Maryland's giving it to them.
And Maryland went into the half up to 36-34. Both teams not shooting super efficiently, but Maryland with 11 turnovers in the first half.
I think that's a big number so far for Maryland. In terms of what you want to correct, before that season opener against Coppin State in Baltimore a week from today, those 11 turnovers have only turned into 4 points, though, for UMBC. So the Terps up 36-34 over the Retrievers. This is going to be a fun final 20 minutes of play. We'll have it for you all here on Big Ten Plus.
We will return for those final 20 minutes on the other end of this break. Maryland up 2 when we come back for the start of the second half on Big Ten Plus. Second half action is nearly underway in College Park, and Buzz Williams, known for his rebounding teams, he's looking like he has another one here in Maryland for 2025.
Yeah, winning that rebounding battle 24-15. I've been impressed by already the double-digit offensive rebounds that Maryland has. And you go back to it, offensive rebounds on 9 of the first 11 chances that Maryland had. That's very impressive. We're right back down to earth right before that first half ended. But if I'm Buzz Williams, I'm seeing this team right now that just has to clean up those 11 turnovers. I think it does come off with the big asterisk of this is the first time that 11 of these 15 newcomers are playing together, and to do it in an exhibition setting becomes so important for development.
A lot of rebounding, a lot of physicality in the first half. That Pharrell Payne is coming out with a Band-Aid on his right cheek. But it's UMBC to start things off in a 36-34 affair in College Park. Riley Jacobs at the top of the key, swinging it to Armstrong. Caden Diggs finding it. Jacobs cutting inside, denied by Pharrell Payne. What an incredible block from Pharrell Payne, and Darius Adams taking it the other way. Saunders at the top of the key. Guillermo Del Pino, nice move inside. Right-hand floater is good. Defense to offense for Maryland to start the second half. King working it to Diggs on the right side. Here's Armstrong. Armstrong looking to shoot it here, working on Saunders, looking for room. He can't find it. Here's Jalakai King with a deep three. That's off, and Mills comes down with the rebound. Andre Mill loses it. Ball goes out of bounds. UMBC will take it the other way. Pharrell Payne just welcoming us back to action in the second half.
Yeah, you see it again. Already his third block, denying Riley Jacobs right at the rim. And that defense is, again, what Payne has been known for so far.
Defense and also offense, shooting 6 for 9 on the afternoon. Here's Armstrong working it to Jalakai King inside on Payne. Great defense. Riley Jacobs with an offensive rebound chance. It's no good, and Andre Mills comes away with another rebound.
Textbook from Payne again. Hands are straight up.
Mills' left-hand layup is no good. Teams will go down the other way. DJ Armstrong, transition three from the right side is short. Tipped away to Jacobs. UMBC with another offensive second chance opportunity here. Here's Caden Diggs on the three. That one's good. Right in front of the bench, and it's back to a one-point game. We said it, Maryland missing its 2 members of what would probably be its starting backcourt. So here's Darius Adams auditioning for that point guard role. Here's Pharrell Payne inside to Saunders, finally getting that low post opportunity. Right hand, great defense from Odinungwo, but he is called for the foul. Trying to plead to the ref that his hands were straight up, but he picks up his second foul in just under 2 minutes of action in the second half.
Yeah, I want to see Elijah Saunders do that a little bit more, maybe. Putting the head down, trying to find his way to the block. Again, Saunders, a player who's willing to shoot the three. At UVA last year, had a career-high 35% shooting clip from three-point land. But again, being at 6'8", 240, he can get up there amongst the trees a little bit.
It's the first free throw. Can certainly stretch the floor, but we've seen him only play deep inside tonight. Elijah Saunders yet to make a field goal. Now he's 4 for 4 from the line. Maryland back up 3. Going in that half-court press. Pharrell Payne being forced to guard at the perimeter a bunch of times tonight. Here's Josh Odinungwo swinging it to Diggs. Armstrong inside. Riley Jacobs' layup is good. Went up for the dunk last time. Now he learns his lesson with a nice right-handed lay to get it back to 1. Comes to Mills. Couldn't find Payne, and here's Saunders again inside with the first field goal, and he's got it there with a nice mid-range J. Nothing but the bottom of the net, and he's got 6 points. Delpino guarding Armstrong. Both teams shooting pretty well coming out of the break. Diggs trying to drive inside. Great perimeter defense. 10 seconds on the shot clock. DJ Armstrong going inside, straight up from Payne. Diggs, the corner three. Couldn't tie it there, and Mills comes away with another rebound. Andre Mills with 8 rebounds on the evening. Go up with 6 points. Del Pino in the corner, back to Mills. There's Adams driving inside, down the middle. A lot of contact, and he'll shoot more free throws. Pharrell Payne with a flashy putback jam that will not count, because Darius Adams was fouled before, and he'll go to the line.
Yeah, again, Adams unafraid in his first collegiate game, even though it's an exhibition, to get down on the layup. Right, Pharrell Payne just showing some Xfinity Center fans what he can do on the putback jam. But how about Adams again, already onto his 3rd trip to the line?
He misses his first free throw of the evening, shooting 2 for 8 from the field, 1 for 3 from beyond the arc, and now 5 for 6 from the line. Maryland up 3. They're now up 4 as Darius Adams is 6 for 7 from the line. Buzz telling Del Pino to move back. Armstrong at the top of the key to Riley Jacobs. In the corner, driving. Diggs thought about the 3. Odinungwo mid-range jumper is short. Saunders with the rebound, his 3rd. Adams working on King. Payne at the top of the key. Long steps from the big fella, and he rolls home for an amazing layup, and he's letting the fans know about it.
He wanted an and 1 there, but still it's 17 points and counting for Payne.
And he picks up a foul there, and Buzz Williams is not happy about it. Buzz thinking after all that contact on the other end, no call, and now here, just look at the long strides from the 6'9", 250 big fella.
Maybe just barely missing our cameraman there as well. Gibson Hurt getting out of the way.
Picking up another foul. His 2nd. Now Turkson will come in for him. Riley Jacobs at the top of the key. Armstrong, contact from Del Pino. A step back 3 is short. Darius Adams with a nice rebound. Getting it over the freshman Riley Jacobs. Driving, swing pass to Del Pino. Saunders at the top of the key, inside to Turkson. Pump fake, driving inside. A lot of contact. And after this break, he will go to the line. Maryland up 6. Just over 4 minutes through action in the 2nd half. You're watching Maryland basketball on Big Ten Plus. First edition of the flag drop in 2025 is underway here. The vibes are high once again at Xfinity Center here in College Park as Maryland leads UMBC in the second half, and they've especially been getting to the line, being aggressive, driving a lot.
That flag is flying around. So is Maryland on the low block, drawing 18 free throws so far. I think when they noticed that UMBC a little bit too aggressive defensively, leaning into it. We've seen Darius Adams do that a couple times where he's 6 for 7 at the line. But again, those free throw opportunities, it's how Maryland has climbed to this 6-point lead, where you take a look now at Maryland's free throw shooting versus UMBC's. On the other side, Benji, I think Maryland's just playing straight up defense. We've seen Pharrell Payne be the anchor defensively for this team so far. Not to mention he also has a game-high 17 points. But it's less maybe about UMBC not trying to put its head down and get to the basket. I've really impressed by the Maryland defense to play clean defense and force a missed shot instead of a free throw opportunity.
Maryland on their own regard, 14 of 18 from the line, which is a 77% clip. UMBC's 6 for 9, 66%. So now here's George Turkson shooting his first free throws of the evening. He's got 2 points on the night, 1 for 1 from the field, and there's 1 for 1 from the free throw line. Go along with 4 rebounds. Played just about 9 minutes in this contest. Turkson is long on the second. Nice rebound from Alston, just extending completely. Darius Adams a 3, short. Alston tried to save it, ball goes out of bounds. Everybody going in there to help him up. Great hustle from number 24 as the ball goes the other way with Maryland up 7.
They sprinted to pick up Alston immediately. Oh my goodness. First of all, get some of those injured players out of the way. And then quickly, you might have had 5 or 6 Terps to get him up.
Quick instincts from Miles Rice in a boot, lifting it onto the chair.
And we know for Buzz Williams, in terms of setting a culture here at Maryland, developing men before players, that's the kind of little things that matter in the margins.
Kaden Diggs with a nice rebound, no good. Hands all at the rim, Tanchin comes away with it. Contact from Del Pino, fans wanted to travel. Instead it'll stay with the Retrievers. Diggs to Jalkai King, nice burst, driving inside. Right hand scoop is no good, but a foul. Late call from the ref, UMBC with a bit of a bailout as they will shoot more.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Thought it was a bit late on Guillermo Del Pino, which would be his first foul. Talking again about that disciplined defense from Maryland. Leans in a little bit, but now that whistle didn't come until after the layup was missed.
For the most part, straight up from the freshman from Spain. Jalkai King hitting the first free throw.
In that lineup that was just taken out where Mills comes in for Saunders. Before that, you had Pharrell Payne and Elijah Saunders down low. Then the 3 freshmen of Alston, Adams, and Del Pino. That's one of the most interesting lineups I've seen Williams tried out, Benji, because you have the veterans in Payne and Saunders, but then they can run with these freshmen in Alston's, Adams, and Del Pino.
Adams coming down with his 5th board. Off the net, off the missed free throw. Pull up J from mid-range is no good. Timizé couldn't come down with it. Andre Mills with his 9th board. Del Pino wanted it. Thought about it, swings it to Adams. Inside for Pharrell Payne. Here we go again. Number 21 going inside. Baby hook lay is good. No good, but a foul. Roberto Tanchin can't believe it. It is called on him once again. And here's Pharrell Payne asserting himself yet again.
That's when the battle down low between Payne and Roberto Tanchin. We've talked about Pharrell Payne, who sports that bandage after the bloody right cheek. We've talked about him wanting to be more in control of the ball, but he's also pretty good at that back to the basket work he's been known for.
He can do it catching it at the low block, or he can catch it at the free throw line and use those long strides to get down inside the paint. Make it 19 points for Pharrell Payne, shooting 5 for 7 from the line. Saunders checking right back in for Andre Mills. Maryland has now built an 8-point lead early in the second half. Zay to King. Trying to snatch back on Alston, doesn't work there. Dangerous pass to Devin Caesar in front of the coach, Jim Ferry. Pull up Jay on the mid-range is good. Nice shot over Del Pino. The lead is down to 6. Adams Swinging it to Alston. Saunders inside. Working on Izay. Lots of contact there. No whistle. Ball goes to the retrievers. Jalkai King inside. Right-hand scoop is good. Bench loves it. It's Jalkai King now shooting 3 for 10 from the field. 8 points for number 4. Adams manning that point guard spot. Yet to notch an assist, though, on the evening. He'll take the 3 from the right side. In and out in front of the bench. Pharrell Payne with a nice rebound and a nice putback lay. 21 points for the senior. Timizé working it to Diggs. Jalkai King driving inside, trying to get another scoop right-hand layup. No good, but he will go to the line once again. Foul goes against Pharrell Payne. It'll be his 3rd foul of the night.
Yeah, just at the last second, Payne tries to go straight up, and it's just King who, I think, fell into him more than Payne fell into King. But either way, it's 2 free throws for King.
In and out on the first attempt. It looked like Payne went straight up, just the body bumped King. That's why he's at the line. King is 1 for 3 from the charity stripe. Tied for 2nd most minutes tonight is Jalkai King. And he hits the 2nd. He's down to 5 for Maryland. We saw Maryland jump out of the first half, playing very fast, and they played much slower, trying to find a big man in Saunders, Turkson, or Payne inside. Saunders, mid-range J, hit it from there earlier, couldn't find the roll there. Turkson, a nice rebound and foul. Teams trading free throw opportunities. As George Turkson will go back to the line.
Yeah, whistles starting to become more prevalent in this second half. But again, it's because of the offensive glass cleaning by Turkson. Now a 14th offensive rebound by Maryland to just the 10 defensive rebounds by UMBC.
And through nearly 7 minutes of second half action, we've seen 8 fouls called. Turkson long on the first attempt.
And Turkson just giving a high five to Andre Mills. Those were the 2 players who redshirted under Buzz Williams at A&M last season, then followed him over after not playing a single minute in SEC play for Williams. So really interested to see what Turkson and Mills, the bond that they have, but also the bond they have to Williams to follow him over regardless of the lack of playing time they got last season.
Hits the 2nd. And before he redshirted, he was a top 100 prospect, 4-star. He said it's been an easy transition from A&M to Maryland under head coach Buzz Williams. Evan Caesar, long 3 is short, but another foul call. This one is on Guillermo Del Pino. Looks like he will shoot 3 free throws. Teams are just trading whistles here as we will get more action from the charity stripe. This time Devin Caesar. Local kid from Waldorf, Maryland. Spent 1 year at Buffalo, 2 years at Old Dominion. Hits the first one. He's now with UMBC. Knocking down the second one easily as well.
After that free throw, Pharrell Payne checks back in for Elijah Saunders. That tells me a lot, Benji, of what they think about using Payne. Even with those 3 fouls, he wasn't on the bench for more than 2 minutes of game time before Williams wanted to check him back in.
Caesar makes all 3. It's now back to a 3-point game, and Buzz not taking any chances putting Payne back in to try to extend back this lead. Pino working on Izay. High pass for Adams. Nice catch by the lanky 6'5" freshman. Payne at the wing. Working on the freshman. Jacobs, another spin move. We've seen that all day. And he lays it in once again. So smooth from Pharrell Payne.
It's comfortable, looks confident too.
Caesar kicking it out to Armstrong. 3 is true. DJ Armstrong hitting his 3rd 3 of the night.
It's half of UMBC's 6.
Down to a 2-point game. Del Pino looking for Turkson, couldn't find him there. Adams slips, no whistle called there. Legs might have been tripped up. Devin Caesar looking to control it. UMBC a little wild, but Dickerson comes away with the layup, and a tie game, 53-53. And Buzz calls timeout. The Retrievers with some momentum here in College Park. And with 8 minutes through this second half, we will go to break. Teams are tied 53-53 on Big Ten Plus. Through 8 minutes in the second half, Maryland finds itself tied with the UMBC Retrievers 53-53 in this exhibition game. But looking ahead to the Big Ten, Maryland finds itself ranked picked 13th in the media poll.
And we've talked about it so much today, Benji. So much has changed with this Maryland team, now led by Buzz Williams. But the Terps finished second last season in the Big Ten, just behind Michigan State, and finds itself all the way down at 6th, too. So a lot of proving to do for Maryland, who sees itself in the back half.
And now UMBC, of the 10 teams in its conference in America East, UMBC picked 7th.
Yeah, a little bit different. This one's more similar to last season, where UMBC finished 8th of the 9 teams behind NJIT. This is a top-heavy America East who had Bryant graduate a lot of talent last year when it won the conference. So, again, similar position to Maryland. UMBC has a lot to prove once the regular season starts next week.
Both teams looking a little different from a year ago. You said it, a lot to prove in their respective conferences. 53-53, Del Pino was trying to find Payne earlier, finds Saunders. Darius Adams had room to shoot inside to Payne. A lot of contact, kicking it out to Mills. His first three is off the rim, no good. Payne with an offensive rebound. Left hand is no good, but a foul. He will shoot more free throws for El Payne, already registering 7 from the line.
Now, we were in preseason talking about being a bully. I don't think we'd see him look this bullyish, just down low, especially in the offensive glass, which just can't be undersold. Now 23 points, 7 rebounds, 6 of those 7 boards are on the offensive glass.
Hits another one, he's 6 of 8 from the line. That's 24 points in 22 minutes. Efficient outing from the senior from Cottage Grove, Minnesota. And this is the free throw. Mills fighting for it. And a foul will go against Andre Mills, going for that rebound. UMBC will take it the other way. That's his 4th. Looks like for now, Andre Mills will stay in the game. Alex Alston will check him out. Payne also coming out as well. George Turkson coming in. Oh, it's Devin Caesar. Coming down the other end, here's Dickerson at the wing. Being met by Alston, finding a crease to drive inside. Acrobatic layup is good from Dalen Dickerson. He now reaches double digits on the night. That's 11 points from number 5.
Yeah, one of the prettiest plays we've seen so far comes courtesy of Dickerson.
It's the first lead of the game for the Retrievers. Saunders thought about it, driving inside on Ondinungwo. He matches it with a layup of his own. Maryland back up by 1. Caesar working on Del Pino. Inside, he had a cutter open, and he misses the tough layup. Ondinungwo fighting for it, gets it to Caesar. Led by Del Pino, nearly traveled, and he'll get it out to Armstrong. Already 10 seconds on the shot clock. Devin Caesar working on Alston. Lefty pass to Dickerson, the 3. Armstrong, the 3 at the buzzer, no good. Adams pulls it down. Adams with his 6th rebound to go along with 11 points, and a foul on the drive. Armstrong can't believe it. And Maryland will shoot free throws now, 1-1, as Darius Adams is a little hobbled.
Yeah, weird contact as he tried to cross it over. So he's walking it off, favoring the right ankle, but just a weird play by the free throw line.
Not putting a ton of weight on one of those ankles. And he'll gut this out, trying to shoot these free throws. Referees checking in on him with everybody eyeing the 5-star freshman. Seen 12 fouls being called in 9.5 minutes of action in the second half, as Darius Adams makes the front end of it. 7 for 8 from the line. Darius Adams has yet to take a break tonight. Playing every minute so far, he's short on the second one. Maryland will remain only up by 2.
It's a huge vote of confidence, too, for a true freshman.
Dickerson driving inside and throws it down with authority. Dalen Dickerson letting them know and tying it back up at 57. Getting the bench amped up as well. Timeout, Maryland. UMBC remaining with momentum as we are just about halfway through the second half. Look at this jam from number 5. Rising up over Del Pino and throwing it down, nearly breaking the rim off of the backboard.
Yeah, impressive slam from Dickerson. And it's been UMBC 6 of its last 8 field goals already with our 4th tie.
And Maryland will go to a break as they call timeout. 57-57, just about halfway through the second half. The junior from Kaufman, Texas, Dalen Dickerson, lighting up the rim with a ferocious jam that led to a Maryland timeout.
Yeah, how about heads up down below for Dickerson in the Texan. He's doing so much, a team high 13 points. He's only missed one of the 7 shots that he's taken so far in this game. Looking comfortable rising up for the slam.
2 years ago, he was at McLennan Community College. Averaged just under 17 points per game there. Last year, found himself at UMBC. And now with 13 points tonight, he is looking for more action in his 2025 campaign. Incredible jam there that forced Buzz Williams to call a timeout. We are tied 57-57 with 10:06 to go in the second half. As Maryland will come out of the break with possession. Saunders looking for somebody, nearly 5 seconds, and Adams gets it in. Swinging it to Payne. Payne playing with 3 fouls. Saunders a 3. Long, doesn't even hit the rim. And George Turkson is fouled on the second chance opportunity. More free throws from number 11. Turkson 2 for 4 from the line so far. He will shoot his 5th and 6th attempts to take back the lead for the Terps.
He becomes the 4th Terp with at least 6 or more rebounds. Again, that's just been the emphasis under Williams, and we're seeing it here very early on.
Another free throw there. 5 points for George Turkson. Redshirt freshman, 6'7", 220. Local kid from Frederick, Maryland, who came with Buzz from A&M. Hits the second. Maryland back up by 2. Kai King working it to Diggs. Dickerson on Adams. Inside to Caden Diggs. Mid-range, high arcing jam, and shot is good. Back to a tie game. Under 10 minutes to go. Del Pino right in front of us, swinging it to Pharrell Payne. Dangerous pass. It goes into the hands of number 21. Back to Guillermo Del Pino. Ball is lost, tipped. Wouldn't have been a backcourt, but he swings it to Adams. 11 seconds on the shot clock. Crossing, looking for an angle. Stepping back. Del Pino to Saunders. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Driving inside. Lots of power and a nice mid-range J from number 13, Elijah Saunders. That's 10 points for the senior. Jacobs to Tiggs. Jay Armstrong now. Looking like he wanted another 3. Instead, he'll drive. Nice left-handed layup is good. Back to a tie game. All his points came from his 3s. He had made 3 of them, and now he's stretching the floor, going inside. He's got 11 points. Pharrell Payne working on Jacobs. Looks like Jacobs pulled the chair, and Pharrell Payne grabbing at his right shoe. Here comes UMBC. Dickerson fouled on the drive. Pharrell Payne slowly walking to the other end of the court. Looked like a nice play from the freshman, Riley Jacobs, pulling the chair on Pharrell Payne's driving attempt.
Yeah, again, that's the facet of the game we keep highlighting for Payne as the area of focus and trying to improve at. That time, after going so many times with the shoulder into Jacobs, you're right, he just tries to get out of the way to see if there's a different result, and that's what it is, as Payne will hope to be okay from the bench.
UMBC will take it from under their basket. Here's Riley Jacobs working on Saunders. DJ Armstrong to Diggs, driving inside. Catches George Turkson lacking a lot of contact. Tries to follow up his own miss. And the Retrievers take back the lead. Great hustle play from the Retrievers. As Darius Adams has it now on the other end. Adams trying to find a driving lane inside, and he is fouled. Jalakai King can't believe he's called for the foul. And that's 15 fouls called in the second half as we have reached the under 8. 63-61, UMBC leads on Big Ten Plus.
All right, Terps Nation, it's your time to shine. It's time for the sing-along, baby. I want you to sing it like you in the shower, okay? Tonight's sing-along.
UMBC leads 63-61, but a lot of changes to this Maryland program over the offseason. Players, coaches, but also a new performance center for the basketball program.
Yeah, you can see how excited both the men's and women's programs for this new Barry P. Gossett Basketball Performance Center, which was unveiled just last month next door to the Xfinity Center. We got to check out a tour of it. They have a little bit of everything. A hydrotherapy suite, film rooms for some of the first time. They have wireless chargers in each and every locker rooms, which you know both the men's and women's players love this season. So that just makes it so much easier for these two teams to compete in the Big Ten, where it's such the little margins that really matter, and that includes just gym time now, having their own space to not have to compete and schedule it with their other winter counterparts.
To have access to those resources has probably made this transition a little easier for all the guys on this Maryland men's basketball team coming from all over the country. But now returning back to action, 8 minutes to go, and Maryland is down 2 in an exhibition game to UMBC, with Darius Adams shooting free throws once again. 7 for 9 before this trip. The 1-and-1 first shot is good. Make it 8 for 10 from the line. He's got 13 points. Adams now shooting his second. It's good. He might be 2 from 11 from the field, but he is 9 for 11 from the free throw line. 14 points. Devin Caesar swinging it to Diggs. Back to Caesar. 15 on the shot clock. Dickerson working on Del Pino, trying to drive again. Same spot he had that highlight jam. Instead, it's a 3 from Devin Caesar from the wing. And UMBC is up by 3. Fans are in disbelief. Darius Adams coming down the other way with it. Mills, Saunders.
Just sticking around, Benji, picking its spots with tact from.
Mills with the aggressive drive. UMBC coming away with it. Dickerson ahead of the pack on 1-on-3. Mills, nice steal. Staying in bounds. UMBC wanted to travel. Instead, it's Maryland coming down the other way, catching a break. Del Pino to George Turkson, going inside. Right-hand baby hook is good off the backboard. 1-point game. Payne getting ready to check in for Maryland. Maryland 20 made field goals, just 4 assists on the night. Here's Armstrong working on Del Pino. Nice cut from Devin Caesar, couldn't find anything with it. Wild shot from the short corner, and he gets his own rebound. Caesar working on Adams. Turning around, pirouetting, and shot is good. Timeout UMBC. Great shots from Devin Caesar as UMBC goes back up by 3. With a 30-second timeout, UMBC will want to talk things over on its use it or lose it timeout.
How about the Retrievers, though, making each of their last 6 field goals and just getting these contributions from a lot of different places, having 5 scorers now in double figures. The last one is Devin Caesar, gets his 10th point right there. Leaving Retrievers open from three-point land has been the issue for Maryland, as UMBC 7 for 16 from behind the arc.
7 for 16 from UMBC compared to Maryland's 1 for 10. Lone 3 belonged to Darius Adams. UMBC's dominated the three-point category. It's been all Maryland at the charity stripe. Maryland with 3 guys in double digits, UMBC with 5.
And when you look at this, right, so still an exhibition between Maryland and UMBC, but how have the Retrievers, coming from America East, kept it in this game and had this three-point lead? I think it's those 2 things, that difference in three-point shooting, where the Retrievers shooting 44% from deep, Maryland just 10%, 1 for 10. Then you mentioned that assist numbers, just 4 for Maryland, who's playing a little bit more back to the basket, trying to ISO. 4 assists for Maryland and 13 for UMBC.
And Buzz said it in the offseason, wants his team to play fast, take a lot more shots than the other team. And so far it's been UMBC taking 12 more shots tonight, and Maryland settling down, playing slow. Del Pino at the wing, couldn't find Payne inside. Bad pass, Armstrong with the steal. Caden Diggs to Armstrong, coming down the other way. Dickerson from the swing. Thought about feeding it to Caesar, instead he'll swing it to the freshman. Back to Caesar. It's been a spark plug for this team. Armstrong, a three in the corner, is good in front of the bench. Devin Caesar's made the last 2 shots, but now he's distributing to Armstrong for the triple.
Retrievers have their first 2-possession lead in this game. It's all because of Armstrong.
Andre Mills now taking it. Can the Terps respond to this Retriever momentum? Mills, a 3. Couldn't find it off the dribble. Turkson with another offensive rebound. Darius Adams will take it himself, and he's got it. Big answer from the freshman. He's got 17 points. It's down to a 3-point game. Wakes up the crowd a little bit as that slows down that UMBC run. Here's Diggs to Jacobs. Being guarded tightly by Turkson. Dickerson swinging it to Armstrong. Couldn't go back and forth there as Adams comes away with it.
Maybe a heat check 3 by Armstrong. Can't blame him, but now Maryland has a chance to tie again.
Adams driving inside, kicking it to Del Pino for 3. He's got it! Tie game in College Park. Big shot from Del Pino. He's got 5.
Watch out for these freshmen. First it's Adams, then it's Del Pino. Maryland's first time making consecutive 3-pointers.
Great response from the Terps, going down 6 and now tying it. Here's Armstrong. Working the right corner. Jacobs to Caesar. Caesar's heated up in the second half. Now he's working on Payne, trying to drive on that left side. Nice pass inside to Jacobs. Ball's flying everywhere. Here's Armstrong. Sidestep 3. No, it goes to Kanan Diggs, who matches him with a little words to the side. As UMBC goes back in front.
Really
band for band we go.
Tough break for Maryland, who forces that shot clock down to double zeros, but Diggs just well wide open for that circumstance.
Lots of contact right in front of us. Darius Adams has it. George Turkson tried to get a timeout, but it's a jump ball, and it stays with Maryland. Terps catching a break there. It is a 3-point game. Here's Darius Adams driving it, and Del Pino stretching the floor. Nice shot from the Spaniard, and then UMBC. Maryland played great defense for about 27 seconds until the Retrievers heaved up the shot and took back the lead.
Turned into a shootout maybe the last couple minutes, more so than we saw through half and change.
Maryland started 1 for 10 from 3 and now has made 2 of its last 3. Andre Mills to the corner for Saunders for the tie. He's got it. Back and forth we go. What a game here in College Park, tied at 74. Dickerson to Tanchin. Here's Armstrong at the wing. Driving inside on Payne. Floats it over the big fella. A lot of contact and a foul. It'll stay here. Lots of action here in College Park. 74-74, under 4 minutes to go. You're watching Maryland basketball on Big Ten Plus. It's a fun one here. And this game has turned into a shootout. 5 threes between the two teams in the last 2 or 3 minutes or so, and taking a look at UMBC's schedule to open up the season.
Yeah, it's a really good Dayton team that UMBC will have a week from Sunday. The Flyers making the NIT tournament last season. Starts off at home against Penn State York, a team that UMBC comfortably opened up its season against last year and beat. But interesting schedule to come for the Retrievers.
Now Maryland finds itself tied with UMBC at 74-74, but here's their schedule to open up the season. 2
fun ones to start, partner. You go up to Baltimore in that Baltimore battle against Coppin State on a neutral site, and then how about a DMV clash against Georgetown back here at the Xfinity Center, the home opener on November 7th. It's gonna be a good one.
Fans can find tickets at umturbs.com/tickets. That'll be the Gold Rush game on a Friday night. Should be electric at the Xfinity Center. But for now, it's Maryland and UMBC in a unreal exhibition game so far. Tanchin will shoot free throws for the Retrievers. Roberto Tanchin taking his first free throws of the evening. Looking for the lead right back. First shot of the 1-and-1 is good. On that last foul, that was Andre Mills, who fouled out of the game. 6 points and 9 rebounds. So for now, it's Turkson in for Mills. Tanchin in and out on the second one, and it stays at a 1-point game. It's been Rice taking it up, but now it's Del Pino. 3.5 minutes to go. Makes a man fall. Swings it to Adams inside to Payne. Low post. Left hand is good. But maybe basket interference from Turkson. This ball will not count. Stays a 1-point game.
I don't know if that one was necessary either from Turkson. It hung up on the rim for what felt like forever. And Payne takes the contact from Diggs. And then just toilet bowls might have gone out.
It was a great take by Payne. The ball might have found its way through, but instead Turkson tips it while the ball was still in the cylinder, and it goes the other way. Diggs, Armstrong, Dickerson in the corner for 3. No. Turkson has it. Ball's knocked away. Goes to the Terps.
Way better closeout by Saunders and this Maryland defense to get over to Dickerson in the far left corner, contest that 3-point shot, and then Turkson was the first one to it with the rebound.
Dickerson, that was his first miss in a while, shooting 6 for 8 from the floor. Pino under 3 minutes to go. Darius Adams, little push off on Armstrong. Dangerous pass in the corner. Turkson stolen, but he was out of bounds. Nice play from Dickerson, but it goes back to the Terps. Oh, just the tiptoes grazing that line, but everyone on that bench saw it, screaming, letting them know. Goes back to Maryland.
Maybe it's the neon yellow shoes from Dickerson that makes it so clear to see he goes out of bounds.
Almost blended in with that yellow on that part of the out of bounds. Jim Ferry looking like he wants an explanation from the ref, as both teams await the return to action. Saunders will inbound it from in front of his bench. Down 1. Pharrell Payne at the top of the key, swinging it to Adams. Three's been working for Maryland as of late. But here's Saunders, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Going inside, a lot of contact, and he just throws it out of bounds. Team wanted a foul, but Maryland comes up empty there. UMBC will take it up 1. It'll be Jalakai King directing the traffic, swinging it to Diggs. Here's Dickerson. DJ Armstrong at the elbow. Back to Dalen Dickerson, driving inside. Acrobatic pass to Diggs in the corner, to King, to Armstrong. The 3 is in and out. Great ball movement from UMBC as teams are fighting for it. Dickerson comes away with it. And the whistle will keep it here. It's a great drive from number 5.
Yeah, good find from Dickerson, and this is what we're talking about with that assist numbers for UMBC, passing it around, and Dickerson puts himself into position for an offensive rebound. And isn't afraid not to be the tallest one there.
15 assists for UMBC compared to Maryland's 7. First free throw is true from Dalen Dickerson. 14 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists in 21 minutes for Dalen Dickerson. He's got another one there. And UMBC goes up 3. Adams nearly losing it. Team wanted a travel. The ball was deflected, stays with the Terps. Turkson with the screen. Now he gets it at the top of the key. Del Pino. Adams. Dangerous pass, 14 on the shot clock. Under 2 minutes to go in College Park. Just great defense from the Retrievers. Del Pino to Payne. 5 seconds. Payne going inside. Blocked from behind by Armstrong. What a foul. Maryland will shoot free throws once again. It's been all reliable for El Payne.
That was good help at the end by Armstrong. Just the foul actually was going to go against Tanshin too, so it wouldn't have mattered with the block. At least it does stop the end one.
Tanshin fouls out. 1 for 2 from the line for his only points. Played 10 minutes. Looks like it's Riley Jacobs checking back in. Here's Pharrell Payne. It's the first. Crucial free throw. He's got 25. Nine for 12 from the field. Make it 8 for 11 from the free throw line. Big free throws, and it's down to a 1-point game.
26 points would tie Pharrell Payne's career high. He set that in a tournament game against Michigan in March Madness.
Jalakai King driving, kicking it to Diggs for 3 in front of the bench. No good, and Payne comes down with his 8th rebound of the contest. 90 seconds to go, Maryland with a chance to take the lead. And Buzz will call a timeout to talk things over. Just a close one here in College Park, something maybe fans may not have expected for an exhibition.
How about fireworks with this before the season even starts? An exhibition game or under 90 seconds, and it's a 1-point UMBC lead over Maryland. This one's been back and forth throughout. We've had 9 ties, 3 different lead changes between these two Maryland teams. It's brought a little bit of everything. I think this is the introduction, and maybe the intensity and difficulty that Maryland was hoping to see with these 15 new players on the roster.
This has been an early test for Maryland. Now looking at the guys who have fouled out. Andre Mills for Maryland. Jose Roberto Tanchin for UMBC. It's been physical tonight.
Yeah, those are 2 guys who are throwing around their bodies for their respective part of the sideline. Especially with Mills, I think when you look at him from a Maryland perspective, might have had just 6 points, but 9 rebounds was super impressive for the Texas A&M transfer.
9 rebounds to go along with 3 assists, which leads the team.
Yep.
Maryland, we saw, was 1 for 10 from the 3-point line. Cold numbers, and now they've made 3 of its last 4 to stay in this game, and now down 1 with 1:29 to go. Pino to inbound. He gets it to Adams. Big test from the freshman to start out his college career. Darius Adams, mid-range J for the lead. In and out. Turkson tried to put it up and back, but he couldn't. Riley Jacobs for UMBC comes away with it. King to Armstrong. Swinging it to Diggs, being guarded by Adams. Inside to Armstrong. Dickerson on the corner, trying to throw it down over everybody, but it's a foul called instead, and he will shoot free throws with 1 minute to go. Dickerson tried to rise up once again, and we saw him do it before. Couldn't do it there, but he draws the foul.
This time he tried to go over Turkson and Payne. That was probably the best case scenario for him with what happened in drawing the foul. You see the bench reaction for UMBC atop your screen. They thought they might have ended up on SportsCenter's top 10 should that one have somehow found its way in.
Instead, Dickerson shoot free throws. His right arm being looked at. Looked like an armband that was being taken off now. 1 minute to go, UMBC up by 1. Both teams shooting a lot of free throws. Dickerson hits the first. Team goes up by 2. Maryland in the double bonus, UMBC in the single bonus. Dickerson, second free throw is short. Stays a 2-point game. Under a minute to go in College Park. Adams working on Armstrong. Maryland down by 2. Turkson a 3 for the lead. He's got it. Big shot from number 11. George Turkson waking up the crowd and taking back the lead for Maryland. 40 seconds to go. Dickerson being guarded by Turkson. Armstrong at the top. Swinging it to Jacobs. Diggs driving on the corner. Baseline layup is no good. Turkson with the rebound. Maryland coming away with it, slowing it down. Del Pino is fouled.
Terry wanted them to foul immediately. He knew that was the plan should UMBC miss the shot.
Just a great shot. He was left open at the wing. Is Turkson.
What a time for your first 3-point field goal attempt of the game. Right on the right wing. Turkson didn't hesitate. That is what Buzz Williams, I think, is looking for. The feeling of just getting it and putting it up and having confidence to get a shot. And we'll see Guillermo Del Pino do the same now at the free throw line.
Long on the first. Crowd can't believe it. His first free throw attempt of the night. Stays out of the basket. And here's the second. Adjusts well, and it's good. Maryland up by 2. In need of a stop. Here's UMBC. Jalakai King taking it down. UMBC will look to take a timeout, and they do.
I was just going to say, Retrievers had 2 timeouts to Maryland's 1. It made too much sense for Jim Ferry not to call one. That's exactly what it'll do with just 20 seconds to go, partner. You got to buckle up here.
We'll see what the approach is from UMBC. They've used that drive and kick a lot. Here's the shot that gave Maryland the lead and woke up the crowd. George Turkson now with a double-double, 11 points to go along with 10 rebounds. Yet to miss from the field. It's a big shot from the NM guy.
That's a players-led huddle right now. You see Miles Rice, Diggy Coit getting into it. These are guys they've played 0 minutes with on the court in a game yet this season. Yet this group is so close, Benji, since coming together around June. Spent all summer here in College Park. No Maryland natives on this roster. There's no one who knows this Maryland culture besides the bought-in and establishment that they've had since the summer. And you can see what it means. This is an exhibition, not even Halloween yet, but you can feel the Xfinity Center on its feet.
This team is really connected. A lot of the guys talked about at Media Day last week that this team is just filled with a bunch of goofballs, but also how they are just young and hungry and connected. And the guys coming from A&M with Buzz, helping everyone else adjust. And this team is finding itself together with a big early test before the regular season tips off next week.
I didn't know they made exhibition games like this. I'm gonna need about 15 more, I think.
Maryland using the practice from tonight. Just a great test from Maryland. The threes have been falling for the Terps, 5 for 15 on the night, but 4 of its last 5. To UMBC's 9 of 22 on the night. And we saw the first half, a lot of physical, a lot of fouls. Those fouls carried over to the second half. But a lot more threes as well.
It's all about that one defensive stop. 2 guys I'm looking for in the front court. Saunders and Payne, each with 4 fouls, though. So we're gonna have to watch out. Like that, 4 turnovers. Still not any foul trouble for either of those. Maybe be a little bit more aggressive on that end then.
Payne with 3 fouls, Turkson with 3 as well. The inbound from under the basket for UMBC. Maryland has a 2-point lead. Just get it inside to Jacobs. Under 20 seconds to go. Armstrong working on Payne at the wing. Swinging it to Jalakai King. Being guarded by Adams. Jalakai King finding a crease inside. Under 10 seconds to go. Driving, kicking, digs for the lead. No good. Maryland fighting for the rebound. Payne's got it. Ball's out of bounds. Stays with Maryland. UMBC looking for a review, but Buzz is looking to call timeout. We'll see what is granted here as the clock stops with 3.2 seconds left.
They're gonna review this one, as they should too. How about that Maryland defense? Not phased when UMBC tries to take the lead, and we've been saying it all day long, that rebounding battle. And of course, it's Pharrell Payne to get to it first. See, did it go off of Jacobs' hand?
Under review.
Or was it off of Pharrell Payne? This angle should tell it.
Pharrell Payne corralled it. Armstrong knocked it loose, and Might have trickled off of Pharrell Payne's right hand as this ball was going out.
You're
Here's
right.
another look.
If it's a retriever, it'd be off of Armstrong. Comes in at the end. You see from the paint. That one might be off Payne, though, with his right hand. If this is reversed, Benji, with 3.2 seconds left, that's plenty of time for UMBC, who gets it under Maryland's basket to get an inbound, maybe even a screen and a few dribbles before a game-tying or game-winning shot.
Now the call on the floor was Maryland basketball. So the referees are looking now for enough evidence to overturn it and give the ball back to the retrievers. Both teams game planning for both possibilities. It's been Maryland at the charity stripe, shooting 27 of 36. And if it's their ball once again, they're going to look to close it out at the line. That was a good shot from UMBC. It was the drive-in kick that's been working in the second half. And another one that created a great shot from Diggs, who's already made 3 tonight. Just couldn't hit that one.
It's a retriever team that made 9 of its first 22 three-point shots. So you have a look that open in front of the left corner, in front of your own bench if you're UMBC. And that's got the feeling of March already written all over it and would have taken the lead in this game. That's a great job for the retrievers who have made those shots consistently tonight.
Feeling of March, but it's not even November.
Nope.
Just a great start to the college basketball season. Diggs was open in front of the bench. A clean operation on the shot, it just goes off. Turkson and Payne fighting for it. Payne had possession. Here's Armstrong knocking it away.
It's that swiping motion from Payne at the last second while he was looking to pass across court.
We'll see the rotation of the ball being impacted by Payne's right arm reaching for it.
The question, right, is it enough to overturn? There might be there. We'll see what they say.
Both teams and fans waiting
After further
anxiously.
review, the call on 4 stands. Maryland basketball.
There you have it. Call goes the Terps' way. UMBC can't believe it, but Maryland will look for an inbound and free throws to close it out in College Park here in this exhibition match, with the crowd amped up once again.
But we've seen the inbound defense from UMBC today. There's a few times, especially with Elijah Saunders being the inbounder, where that 5-second clock runs to its very end. They're going to put the freshman, Guillermo Del Pino, in to inbound it. It's a big moment in the unofficial first collegiate action for the Spanish native.
They'll have the point guard take it from the inbound. Maryland trying to get inside, and they get it to Darius Adams in the corner, and he's fouled immediately by DJ Armstrong. Just 0.8 going off the clock.
That's exactly who you wanted to get to. Adams with 17 points. He's got a third of the 27 made free throws that Maryland has today. Adams is 9 for 11 from the line. Freshman to freshman, inbound to Adams. That was great.
Adams playing every minute of this exhibition match. Looking to close it out here. Hits the first. Maryland up by 3. No timeouts for UMBC. Coach Buzz telling Adams what to do following the make or miss. Here's the free throw. And Darius Adams closing it out for the Terps. The freshman, Caden Diggs, launching it inside. This goes to Jalakai King. And the 3 is good. But it does not matter, as Maryland will come away with it 82-81 in the exhibition match between the Terps and the Retrievers.
Came down to the very end, and what a reward and treat for the Xfinity Center fans who make it out here in College Park before the season even begins. Pharrell Payne with 26, Darius Adams with 19 points and 7 rebounds. This one had a little bit of everything, and Benji, that last second at the end, Maryland showed the grip when it needed to. Impressive stuff.
They come away with an 82-81 win, and despite not having all of its players healthy, we still got a great preview of this Terrapin squad. 4 guys in double digits. Payne with 26, Saunders 13, Darius Adams 19, George Turkson with 11, and especially that go-ahead 3 to take the lead. Now Maryland will return to action in Xfinity Center for an exciting Gold Rush game next week.
That's going to be a big one, right? Hoyas versus Terps, a feeling of that historic rivalry. Love that it's back on for the next couple of years, and excited to see that one between Maryland and Georgetown to come next.
What's up?
Now joined by our player of the game, it's true freshman Darius Adams. Darius, 19 points for you, 7 rebounds, but those 2 big free throws at the end. What were you seeing in your first unofficial collegiate action?
I mean, man, it was great. It was fun. It was exciting environment. I mean, we need to do better, obviously, but you know, coming out here, working hard, being the first time in an Xfinity and feeling the fans, it's a great feeling.
Your first time on a college basketball court, being here at home in the Xfinity Center, how'd that feel to have the fans around?
It felt great. It felt like, you know, it's the energy. You feel it every time, and going to the free throw line, I knew I was going to knock those 2 down for game.
I love that confidence. And not only did you play on this court, you played all 40 minutes in your first collegiate action. What was it like just to kind of be the quarterback, especially in your first time out?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm doing whatever coach needs me to do. You know, we got a couple of guys out, but you know, I'm just doing whatever the coach needs me to do, and I'm willing to play 40 minutes any day.
Darius Adams ready to play all 40 if needed. He's our player of the game here after a 1-point win for Maryland basketball over UMBC. Darius, thanks so much for joining us, and best of luck in that home opener.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
It's an 82-81 win for Maryland men's basketball over UMBC. The Terps now will play in Baltimore a week from today against Coppin State in a coming up game.
(82-81), Maryland closing it out in the exhibition match. I was Benji Kaufman alongside Ryan Martin. That was some Big Ten basketball on Big Ten Plus. Have a good night, everybody.